Hey guys, it's Sky, and thank you for joining in today with me. I want to talk about signs that you've been contacted. And if you've been contacted, your world's probably changing right now, so I wanted to make sure that I did a video on what it's like for you and signs that you've been contacted. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I was asked by the beings of light to connect with you and to describe to you what it's like if you have been contacted. So I'm gonna start by just gently walking you into introducing you to your dreams, and I want you to take a look at your dreams lately and see if they're coming up as flashback dreams, where you remember a dream from a long time ago, and that dream was kind of interesting. It was very vivid, and you're starting to bring it back, and it's starting to make sense now. And in those dreams, you're going to find out that there was some connection to some other realm in there that was trying to transmute messages to you. And that at that time, this is one of the signs, at that time you weren't quite able to understand what that dream meant. And now that as time has gone on and the planets change and things are happening, contact is here now. There are plasma ships here. There are connections to other galaxies. We are past the quarantine. So many people are starting to have almost, I want to call them deja vu dreams. Like I said, that is one sign. You get your flashback dreams and you start to remember, oh my god, that was a dream of maybe I was on a ship, or that dream meant that I was connected to a higher source, or you start to unfold the dreams. That is one way that there is trying to be communication to you. Also, in those dreams, you're gonna unravel how they're going to proceed. See, we have to remember there's no time, and what has happened has been a part of your brain already. It's already been triggered. So we have to ignite that, and which is being ignited now. We are going to supreme consciousness right now, and the people that are being awakened. So intelligence is contacting us through ways that they can get to us. See, we have to remember that the universe and creation is within. God, Prime Creator, is within us. So within you get your contact, and dreams are very high states of getting you, are their way of working from their dimension to our dimension. So really analyze the recalling dreams, present dreams. Oh God, absolutely. You're gonna get your dreams now. This is fully ignited. We are in the beginning of the end, and the transition is taking place. Your DNA coding, this is another sign. Your DNA coding is activated now. You are, you can't do anything but understand that you have gotten a radar. You've tapped into it's almost like a consciousness of oneness, and you've tapped into this space, and in this space, our galactic family and our galactic family is contacting us. It's also galactic family contact. I want to talk to you about aliens, ETs, dimensional beings, angels, fairies. These are all forms of contacts. Now, aliens are here from maybe other, well, they're here in this universe, but they might not be interdimensional. So aliens tend to be more of a, there's good races and there's bad races. So that's one way. But the higher contact, see, the aliens usually are darker, a little more darker, working with a dense matter. But there's ET extraterrestrial, that is extraterrestrial, that is contact with the higher beings, and that comes through it comes through either. See, there's also aliens now. There's a difference here, because extraterrestrial, they travel from universal to universe. And you have to remember, we are in a multi-universe. It's not just here. And since the quarantine, we have access to our multi-universes. So, also, you're going to feel your vibration has changed. Your connection to the third dimensional reality kind of starts to drift away. You have very little interest in it, and you're really triggered by your inner connection. Another sign that you've been connected is you notice your brother and sister that is of your galactic family on the street, because you notice their vibration is different. You recognize them. You also recognize the smell of a darker entity, of if somebody were to be of a darker race, or like of a shadow cabal space. You are able to sense that. Although we have to be careful, because their technology is so supreme, they are unsensible. But I have to tell you, that's not true either, because when you are supremely out of the matrix, you're not fooled, you're not captured, you're not mind controlled. So there's only a limit. Like, the heart is gold. Your heart and your connection to God is gold. It is your connection to Supreme Creator. Now, Supreme Creator has to contact us. I don't want us to be naive and here go, oh, well, it's just going to be this one big thing coming down from the sky. We have been ignited in our DNA coding, in the animals, in the plants, through the solar chi, through through your intuition. You've been contacted and you've been ignited that we are in a mission right now, that the beginning of the end of the darker forces are leaving the earth, and the beginning and the end of, I don't even want to keep focusing on that, like more of, we are becoming our godlike selves. So our 2-strand DNA helix is going to be ignited now back into its 12th strand, and your ascended masters, your planet of origin, your galactic brothers are contacting you. And you can call this the Christ energy. I don't care what you call it. You can call it the Mahati from returning, you can call it the return of the Muslim leader. You can call it the return of the Buddhists. You can call it the return of the Christ. You can call it your connection to your galactic family, that really are in essence supreme beings of the same kind, of ascended masters, because they travel dimensions. Now, there's lower and they're higher, but when you are in your right vibration, you're led in the right direction. So the other signs that you've been contacted are your food. I know it's also that you're entering into a higher vibration, but see, they're training us to become less dependent on foods, and less dependent on the denser matters of the world. So it's not just that you're going to get some little alien like being knock on your door and start a conversation. This is an ethereal conversation that you're being ignited. Now, light beings are appearing to people on the planet now. These light beings come in the form of angels. They come in the form of galactic brothers, and they also look also like humans. They also come in the form of fairies, and they come. See, there's other dimensions. What depends on what dimension is crossing over now, because we are past the quarantine. So you might be contacted in many ways you don't even understand. You might be walking through the field one day and suddenly all the air looks different and your vibration is completely different. You may have literally walked into a fifth dimension and came back here. Like, that is the way that you're getting contacted. And it's a way that you're going to understand. Some contacts are kinetic, mine are very kinetic. So you might feel their essence within you. You might get a touch. Some are visual. You might see flashes of lights. But you know that you have contact because you know that your interpretation, it becomes here. It becomes right here. You understand right here. In the physical form, you've been contacted, and it becomes in here. So there's no mistake that you've been contacted. And see, they work on all dimensions. So they might contact you, the only way they know how in this dimension is maybe through a really cool song that you just heard on the radio and you were asking a question to. Spirit works in many ways. Spirit, light beings, God, angels, the Nutarus, however you want to put this into form. Spirit is coming to the world now. We will, the emergence of spirit into self is happening, and your galactic family and your higher ascended masters are contacting us. You're not going to pick up on these messages if you are bombarded with television. You just can't. I'm sorry, you can't. It's junk. And because it's thrown through a frequency that is very, very low, your perceptions of their contact with you is going to be like through a tunnel, or it's going to be altered a little bit. It's going to be stagnant. And I know I talk about meat a lot, but they use meat as a way to keep us away from our vibrations to our galactic family, because it's an intentional thing, because meat is murder, and the murder of that animal sends off a vibration. And when you eat that vibration, see, just like I'm connected to the higher self, that higher version gets inside of my being, my essence. That's how I get my downloads. You're getting a download from a murdered animal. That is the vibration that you're taking on. Whether you say good or bad, or you need it, that's the vibration that you're taking on. We are energy beings. In truth, we are energy beings trapped in a very, very dense body. And we are coming back to our spiritual highest self. And they are benevolent ET races that have done this. And they are training us to do this. So, there's going to be a lot of transitions. Now, I really want us to be aware that when we've been contacted, because this is the transition. This is how we're going to be changing now. So we got it. We got it. We got the essence. You got it through your dream. Sometime this is another way you're really contacted. This is a subtle way, but it's through coincidences. And I promise you that if you ask that any kind of coincidence, because the universe and you are in a dialogue, and we're all connected to that dialogue. And also, if you ask the universe, really ask your highest self, where am I from? What is my galactic family? What is my highest self version? You're going to get signs. You will absolutely get tangible signs that will tell you where you're from. And that is a very personal thing, but you will be ignited. We have to open our minds to, we aren't just from here. This is an evolutionary planet. We're on the planet. We all agreed to do this. And we have mingled with many different people and families and galactic brothers. And we are turning out to be supreme glorious gods. There is a lot of investment in our DNA, and it is our job to return to God, our godlike selves, and you've been contacted to do that. The other point that you've been contacted is you're very interested in it. You can't get your mind off it. You understand. You see. You also see symbols. You are able to read symbols now. where you understand it's a language. You're also able to sense if there's an entity standing next to you, and when they are ready to talk to you and download you. And you've also been contacted if your vibration starts to change. I know I talked about the food vibration, but that's a tangible sign. You might notice you're drifting away from your friends a little bit because you're more interested in the galactic family and the stars and your inner self and the Christ consciousness. That is your Christ consciousness, our law of oneness, saying hello to you and to return to source now. So I hope that these really explain. I'm trying to put into not when I talk to you, I just read and I try to put it into terms that you can understand, and I trust that your essence is going to pick up all the in-between words and hear me and hear when and if you've been contacted and ignited, and that you are part of the change that is going to happen on the planet. Please understand, your child now is probably being contacted. Your child is most likely more so than most of us indigo, unless you've had a DNA upgrade. Like many light workers now have been ignited to the extent of an indigo child. So a crystal child, or the new incarnates coming in, are very highly evolved. They're coming in with a stronger DNA helix than we have. So your children are going to be contacted, and we need to be aware of this, and you will know this too. You know, you will understand this. Your DNA is going to change, and you will be guided. You have to be away from the world. You have to be in the world, but not of the world. You are, if you've been contacted, you have been. You are, in essence, a leader of spirituality now, and of our oneness. This is not you are the leader. We collectively are the messengers of that. We are all going up to a higher vibration, and you've been contacted for a reason, to share a beautiful message and to reunite us. Things are changing now. So I really hope that helps you, and I'll close with that. Thanks.